Hi, Andy Polton, your Chief SEO Officer here. And instead of SEO today, I want to talk about something a bit more serious. There's a huge conflict going on in Eastern Europe. And not only is there warfare on the ground, but we're also seeing warfare in cyberspace. So the Ukrainians are attacking Russian internet capabilities, and Russian hackers are attacking Ukrainian internet capabilities. And it's also giving hackers around the world an opportunity to just attack everybody else. Why do they do it? Mainly for financial gain and because they can. So, to avoid getting a hacker inside your systems, stealing your intellectual property, perhaps stealing money and other files that perhaps you'd like kept private, you need to look at your passwords. Now, the top passwords of 2022 are, well, they're pretty poor. Every year, one of the security agencies goes onto the dark web. That's the internet where all the nasty stuff happens. And they find files and files and files of data from websites that have been hacked. And this data contains usernames, passwords, sometimes it contains addresses, credit card details and everything else. And they get hold of the data and they analyze it. And they analyze it for the most common passwords that have been hacked. And so in number 10, the most common hacked password, or the 10th most common hacked password, I should say, is 12345678990. Wonderful. Not very secure, and as you'll see shortly, you'll see how hackable it is. Looking at passwords from 4 to 10, they're not a lot better. And in fact, they're a lot worse. 12345 is the 5th most popular hacked password. That's abysmal. This is like going back to 2001 all over again, and people not coming up with any form of original thinking for their passwords. Going up higher, QWERTY. I ask you, QWERTY's been a password since, I don't know, since Caesar was a kid. It's daft. And 12345 This is madness, people. This is absolute madness. People are using these passwords. It's unbelievable that the message hasn't gotten out. And if you look at how quickly even an incompetent hacker or cracker can get past these, they're crackable literally in an instant. Now, traditional advice for strong passwords has been a combination of random upper and lowercase characters, numbers and symbols, as you can see on the screen, and to make them at least 12 characters long. Now, there are two problems with passwords like this. One is that they are really difficult to remember because they're random. And secondly, which is just as troubling, because they're unfamiliar combinations, they're really hard to type in, especially when after every character it's immediately wiped out with a little asterisk, so you have no clue what's gone before. And when you hit enter and it comes up with error, you don't know where the error is, so you have to start again. Now, the British National Cyber Security Centre, which is a more public facing arm of our spy centre at GCHQ, are now suggesting 3 random words. So 3 random words give us the length. They're random, so they give us a mixture of characters, but they're easier to remember and they're a lot easier to type. I picked Bad Moon Rising. I mean, they are three random songs, but they are three random words, but they also are lyrics from a song. And you could use lyrics from a song, because if it makes it easier for you to remember, then that's a great help. And the How Secure Is My Password site says that Bad Moon Rising would take 16,000 years for a computer to hack. So that's fabulous. That's good enough for me. But another trap that people fall into is that they use the same password on multiple sites. So if actually any one of those sites is penetrated and the password is stolen, all the hackers have to do is start going to every single account that they can think of, so Amazon's, banks and everything, and just putting your email address, which they've got, and your now cracked password into those to see which ones fit. So you need to have a password for every single unique site that you use. And if you want to see how long it might take a hacker to hack your existing password or passwords, have a look at this chart. It breaks it down into the password length and what the password comprises of, whether it's just purely numbers, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, whether it's uppercase characters, lowercase, mixture of upper and lower, or lowercase and numbers and symbols. And you get an idea about how crackable your password is. And as I've said, every login requires a unique password. I've got 1035. I'm old. I have no memory. I struggle to remember more than 5. So I use a password manager, like I hope most of you guys do. Your password manager can suggest strong passwords. It'll store your passwords securely, and it'll make them available on all of your devices, whether it's a desktop, a laptop, phones, tablets. A good password manager will make them easily available. Even if you log in somewhere at an internet cafe, all you have to do is remember your strong password for your password manager and you're in. Although if you are in an internet cafe, just make sure that 1, you don't click that nice little option to remember your password as you log in somewhere, and 2, that you clear the cache and the memory and the cookies when you finish your session to make sure that whoever is following you can't pick up username and password details. I'd also like you to conduct a password audit. This might be a bit tedious, but it's a security essential. Go through all of your passwords. Make sure that there are no duplicates used. Make sure that they are all 3 words or 16 character random passwords. 16? Yeah, it's 16. Better than 12. And finally, going back to search engine optimization, if you scan this QR code, and isn't it great that COVID brought QR codes back? If there was one positive that came out of COVID, it's the use of QR codes. If you scan this QR code, you'll find it will take you to details about my SEO webinar that's actually happening on April the 7th this year. If you're watching this after April the 7th, then visit my website. Just search for Chief SEO Officer Andy Poulton and you'll find me, and sign up for my newsletter, and I will keep you notified of when my next SEO webinars are coming up. There's the QR code again. Thanks for giving me a watch, and if you need any help with your SEO or your pay-per-click or some cyber help, email, video marketing and much more, then just get in touch. As I said, search for me, Chief SEO Officer, and you should find me easily on Google, or visit my website, hunt me down on my socials, or do it the old-fashioned way and give me a call. Thanks for watching.